And here we go. The very first one I've got is because we are coming into Christmas, New Year season. This can sometimes be a season when the hackers are quite active out there. And actually, if you want a good podcast to listen to, there's one called the Darknet Diaries. And that one is a podcast about all of the dark side of the web and what people get up to in these forums. One of the episodes I listened to recently said that there are people out there who gather together some of the lists of people that have been hacked. So there are lots of places that have been hacked before. So your credentials have been leaked out into the dark web marketplace. They publish them out there, and people buy them or download them. And sometimes they've got your email address, sometimes they've got your email address and password, or sometimes it might be parts of your password. So, and what they do is it's not necessarily the sites that have been hacked that they're looking for. They will use those same credentials for things like your bank account details. And one of them, which I found very interesting, was getting access to your phone number and changing your phone number to their name. So they've got a process of doing that, and often that comes through to once they've got your email address, and they can use your email address because they've got your email address and password. They can change your password, change your credentials. Then go and contact your telco company. A telco company sends a reset password to your email address, which of course they control now. In fact, they can get reset passwords to that email address from lots of your services. So if you wonder why hackers get in there and do it, that's why. It can be very lucrative for them, particularly if they've got your phone number and your bank account details. So what this site here is, it's one called Have I Been Pwned? And all you do is you drop in your email address. So let's pop in. Pop in my email address and it'll run through check. I can guarantee you I am in some of these lists. So here we go. Good news. Okay, so that particular email address hasn't been found in any email breaches. Let's try another one. That surprises me, actually. All right, this one here has been found in 43 data breaches. So it means that some of my information for that email address is out there for people to use. And then below it, it gives you some information about what the breaches were. So here's one here, which was something called the HIBP dashboard. I don't even know what that is. There's another one here from another site. So there's all sorts of Thermomix. There you go. I used to own a Thermomix machine. So the Thermomix Recipe World Forum was hacked recently. You think, well, that's fair and nefarious, but here's what they got. They got dates of birth, email addresses, names, phone numbers, physical addresses, and usernames. All really valuable information to go and try in other sites. And they know that people often reuse the same credentials across multiple sites. So have a look there, check your email addresses. And one of the things that you can do with it is if you have a look at lists of things. So like for me, if I looked at the Thermomix Recipe World Forum, then I would go to that site there, I would change my password. So you can go in there and change your password. Internet Archive, again, it's a popular site. Emails, passwords, and usernames were leaked there. Telegram, social media site, Telegram. So I go through to all of those sites, change your password, and use one of those password setters that give you quite a long random password. And then if you're using a password manager, like LastPass or 1Password. There's a number of password managers out there. That way you only have to remember one password, and that's to get into the password manager. And then the password manager is where you can store your passwords and it can auto fill your passwords as well. So you don't have to remember any passwords anymore except for that one, and then use a password manager. And a good practice is to use a different password for every site that you're in. The other thing to do too is to use things like two-factor authentication or biometric authentication. If you've got sort of things like a Mac, I'm not sure whether Android has that. So you can use your fingerprint or face as ID as well too. probably other privacy issues around with that there, but they all help with keeping your data safe. So that site there is haveibeenpwned.com. Now, all of these links, we'll drop these into chat. So at the end of the evening, you can save the chat. You can go and explore these at your leisure. They will all be clickable, so you can just click on it and go and explore these sites. Right, next one I have for you, we are into event season. So whether it is a party you're organising, whether it's an online event, a physical event, then there is this app called Luma.com. And so what this allows you to do is to create an event and then go and share the link, share the event, get registrations. So and you can even take payment as well too. So let me sign in, show you how it works. Take a few seconds to sign into it. All right, so in fact, a very, very simple app. All you do is go through and click that create event button, give it a start time, end time, location. So you can put in your Zoom meeting, a Zoom meeting, and you can have physical locations as well. Add a description in and a ticket price. If you want us to sell tickets, and connect it to Stripe, and Stripe will connect your payment. You can decide whether you will approve people in when they book or whether people can automatically book, and you can also set a capacity. So you can limit the event to a certain number of people as well too. So, and so once you've then created the event, you can then go and share that event. Let's see if I've got any past ones in here. Go back to Luma.com. I think I've got a past one in here. It'll give you a link to then go and share it, and you can share it out on social media, by email, or whichever way that you do it. So here we go. Here's one here. We have business owners smashing online back on the 23rd of July, 24. And so people can RSVP, and then you can also share it out. There's a link at the top which just says copy link, and that's the link that you can then go and paste all over social media anyway. So this is an alternative to something like Eventbrite or Meetup or some of those other event sites, and it's free as well. They do have a paid plan, but they've got that free plan which gives you heaps of options in there as well too. So if you're thinking of sending more than 5,000 invitations, then you probably need the paid plan, but this free plan is good for 500 invitations per week. So that one there is called Luma.com. Next one is one that I stumbled across, which looks like it's quite interesting. It's an Australian app, and it is a payment system. More than that, it's also a reward system as well too. So the key thing with this app here is that it allows you to collect rewards. So, a bit like your Flybuys rewards or your, what they call it, Woolies rewards program, or if you're using credit cards and debit cards, those reward programs here. The difference with this one here is that you can add in things like your tax payments, so payments to the ATO. If you pay it through this platform here, and when you pay it through the platform, you are paying it either through your bank account or through your card, but you get rewards for things that you currently do not get rewards through if you just use your, let's say, your credit card or your bank account. And in fact, I don't think you get rewards through bank accounts. So some banks do offer it, I think, but this one here brings it all together, and you get those rewards. So when we're talking about rewards, we're talking about things like frequent flyer points and mileage. You've got accommodation points as well, and there's a whole range of things that you can spend those rewards on as well too. So it's an Aussie-based app, and it really is designed for what it has been designed for business. So that your business transactions, that you can collect reward points on all of those and use them for for free rewards down the track. Oh, that was the other thing too. If you're hiring staff, or if you've got staff as well, and virtual assistants, if you're using this to pay as well, then they all count towards your rewards as well too. So that one there is called pay.com.au. So have a look, explore that, and who knows, this time next year you could be getting a free trip on the rewards that you've earned. All right, next one I have in the vein of what we have introduced recently is prompt of the week. So last week we had a prompt optimizer. This one is one for building a prompt. So it's a prompt builder assistant. And the job of this prompt here, it is quite well, it's not too long here, but it's a step-by-step prompt. The job of this one here is to guide you step by step to create a precise, high-quality AI prompt. So this is creating a prompt for you then to be able to use in ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or whichever is the model that you are using. So rather than doing something like, let's say you want to generate 10 social media posts on a topic, if you put a prompt in, which is generate 10 social media posts on the topic of high performance, then it's a very generic sort of prompt, and you can get anything out with that output. Often it's pretty unhelpful, so you can spend a lot of time fixing it all up. But with this particular prompt here, it guides you through the process of actually creating a prompt there that will deliver exactly what you want, right down to what language do you want it in? So do you want it in any particular language? So if you speak another language or you are communicating to an audience in a different country or the different language, then you can use the prompt for this as well too. The other one too is that keywords. You can include keywords in here. So if you're doing things like writing blog articles or content that is going to be published out on the net, then it will ask you to include any particular keywords or phrases in there as well too. And so there are 11 steps in this. What this prompt will do is it will guide you step by step to, it'll ask you a question, you answer it, and then it'll move on to the next step, step 2, it'll ask you a question and you answer it. So you keep answering the questions through to step 13. Once you've answered all of those, then the actual prompt will be down the bottom. So act as the particular role. It's asked you what the role is. So it could be founder, could be course creator, could be sort of social media specialist. I need you to, an objective and task, create a social media post. The topic is used with a particular style and tone. If relevant, use a particular structure, etc. So this prompt here is one that you are using to create a prompt, and the prompt that's created out of this, then you can then go and copy that and run that in your LLM or AI model. So very helpful. This one here, you can copy and paste this, the whole thing, and the link is going to be in the chat as well. We'll also include it in the email that goes out after tonight as well. You can copy and paste it, save it somewhere, because this page changes every week. And just try it out in the AI model of your choice, and see what the difference is with the output that you get. And you can also use it with by creating a custom GPT as well too, which is an AI model which will help you to do something on a specific topic. So that one there is on the website go.smashgo.co/prompt-of-the-week. And the very last one I have today is a book. This is the latest book that I have acquired. And it is called The 6 Types of Working Genius. It's a book by a guy by the name of Patrick Lencioni. It's a way of being able to identify the type of work that brings you joy and energy rather than work that leads to frustration and burnout. So interesting for yourself. So, just reading the book and running through the exercise they've got in here in the book, but also interesting if you're working with a team or staff as well, for you to then use with them to see what really is going to light them up. And so then you can give them more of the sort of work that they enjoy and less of the stuff that they don't enjoy, because some people enjoy one style of work or some tasks, and they hate other tasks, but someone else really enjoys the tasks that this person over here hates. So so really interesting book. I'm enjoying this one here. Get an audio book or Kindle. I've got it as an audio book. I do spend a bit of time in the car listening to that. So that one there, 6 Types of Working Genius, and it's available on Amazon, but I'm sure it's available in other places if you Google it as well. So that is a roundup of our cool online tools, prompt and book for this week. So drop into chat. What was your favorite one? just to give us an idea as to which one we're on track with. All of those links are now in chat as well too. So just drop in chat, what was your favorite one? And we will be publishing these in the Business Owners Smashing It Online Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, now's a great time to quickly, in another screen, head over there, search for Business Owners Smashing Online, click join, we'll let you in. All of the past apps will be in there as well too. And of course, you'll probably see some of these around social media too. All right, what do we have here? We have votes in, probably more coming. Looks like prompt assistant. So that prompt is the favored one. I've got some interesting prompts coming through for next year as well too. I've got a whole library of them. So if you're around next year, stick around for these shows and we'll be giving you a whole lot more prompts on that exact same page as well. What you might like to do is go and bookmark that page because it changes every single week with a different prompt.